Kaboom! Teach them. Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. And now,
Broadcasting live.
We will broadcast
live. This is ExtraClass, streaming to the world and beyond.
Hey, let's go.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of ExtraClass, episode number 356. I trust that everybody who is in... I wanted that girl, man. I trust that everybody who is in the hearing of my voice and seeing my face, you, your family, your friends, you are healthy, you are doing well. For the people who are on the road, get home safely. For the people over there work, go and listen. And if the boss prove make you listen to. You understand? I'm talk to them. You see me I say, peeps, big up on yourself. I'll bring in my co-host for you look a bit and she introduce herself like.
Good night, guys. Hope everyone is well. Had dinner. Relaxing. Except you.
I'm hungry.
I tell you what to do. Fall asleep so angels can feed you. But guys, I hope everyone is well. Your family is doing well. You are mentally and physically prepared for the world tomorrow. You will get there. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear you. It will be okay, alright? One of these days you won't have to get up on the Monday morning to go to work. But until that time, put a smile on your face and let's make that money. Go ahead, Mr. Williams.
I want to go and talk, man. See me do something.
Boy, work I keep tomorrow. Why work won't be given tomorrow? Tomorrow is a public holiday?
You know, see video.
General election?
As of course, say every day, you have to go work, go smile with people and evil like.
Well, I can say I like some of mine. Not all of them, but yeah.
Not all of them, okay.
The majority. I can say I like.
Okay. Yeah. So tonight, piece, we'll be talking about a few things. Some things we are going up on more town. Look like you want on a clown town. You understand what I say? Or more clown, I don't know. It was a bloody weekend. There is, for the first time in our history, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions now have the ability to appeal court cases. I think tomorrow will be the first. It was a bloody weekend again. But I don't even know. You understand? Plus, some more accidents on the road. It's like if a gunman a kill people, accidents a kill people. It kinda it set away. You understand what I say? So we are talking about them things. So I don't even know. I'm gonna go by a place. Oh, the camera. Yeah, man. You look nice, doses.
I had a shower.
It was a
hair.
water sun there.
Yes.
Water was
I am
there.
prepping myself for work tomorrow.
Oh, you're coming here?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, peeps. So the police sees the 2 guns in Denham Town. You understand? So the Denham Town again. Boy, Denham Town just now left the news, yeah? And these things. Hold on there. You share the stream yet?
For me?
Now, me I talk to nobody else can hear me now.
Okay.
Well, that's not true still, but me I talk. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of other persons hearing at the moment.
Yeah. Fine. You win. Me lose. You understand? Putting status on this place, people know, so you stream that me I talk about.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yes, you should. You understand?
That's what I'm doing.
Kind of work halfway. Kind of work. So we are doing the
bare minimum. we read the job description and we are following the
yeah. So the Denham Town Police seized 2 guns and several rounds of ammunition during an operation in the Kingston community, I think yesterday. Yeah, I think that was yesterday. So the guns were found at an abandoned building on Bentley Lane, Kingston 14, around 7 a.m. So a Glock pistol with a magazine containing 9mm rounds of ammunition and a Taurus revolver with 6 rounds of ammunition were recovered in the targeted operation. So no one was arrested. You know, as you hear me say ammunition, like if me I do one video, 99% of the time I end up say ammunition. And I try to say ammunition, but when I listening back, then I know about to go do it over back. I saw it a guy road, but you know what I'm saying? Ammunition. Some street you see always come out as ammunition. So it's ammunition. So 2 more guns off the street. In Denham Town this time, no arrests made. Me know people get, you know what I mean, very, very upset about that. But sometimes a bad no did the police then lock up. You understand? So then it's, me find 2 guns around this. I say 2 man down there, so I could lock them up. You understand? No, then no man, then they find no man, then they find a gun for nobody, then nobody named it. You understand what I say? So 2 more guns off the street. Man arrested after police sees gun at Westmoreland bar. See one man get locked up, your crime was there. You understand? So a man was arrested in connection with the seizure of a gun during a police patrol in Cornwall Mountain in Westmoreland on Saturday night. So the Savannah Lamar police say about 9:15 p.m. some officers were working in the area when they observed a group of men standing at a bar. Say a group on men. You see me tell about the errors in the article them. As the police approached, one of the men reportedly ran. The police made inquiries and one man was allegedly seen removing an object from his waistband. He was accosted. The object retrieved and found to be a Beretta 9mm pistol with a magazine affixed containing 11 9mm rounds of ammunition. The police say. They let them say it. So then lock up the brother there. You understand?
So I'm your brother run.
It look like they near run him down.
No, that me when they run them.
The man them fast these days, you know. In time you say man them here police catch them. Very, very rarely. I like this one comment the other day. Say, why police they're not train police to run again, because every time you say man run, man get there. We do one video. Simple gunfire. That's what I say, yo, so what? Nobody not train for run police force again.
Because I thought you were going to read in the article that
the police gave chase.
Mm-hmm.
The article never, I don't know if they did, but the article never state that. You understand? So the brother will take a gun out and waste. I'm glad say never try to shoot out. You understand? Okay. And things. Because, yeah. So 3 more guns that I am aware of were seized by the police. I also did a video yesterday morning about what? That was, 4 guns that were seized. One of them, in one of those incidents, I spoke about that Friday night where 2 men were killed by the police, in the come and probe that. Plus they'll find 2 more on one part. So, the 9-day wonder of the 9 teachers dying kind of run off. You understand? And, the conversation surrounding it is dwindling and business as usual. And we're gone, because business as usual. And during that time, Miss Scott and I spoke on a number of occasions about the importance of teachers doing some self-care, man. You understand what I say? Taking a few days out of the days that are allotted to them. You understand? Just decompressing, just exhaling, just. You see them things. You understand? Big up to the people in the building, Omar, manners and respect, all of the people. I'm soon shout out some people. Hold on. People get upset when I do that and like, me not shout out who support me. Like, I want to people. Yeah.
It's just like how you pass and call to everybody on the road.
I just want to grow.
You call to everybody, do you go
good morning, good afternoon, good evening. A basic principle that.
Williams, you literally call to everybody.
I'm a pass. Yeah, man, you help yourself, my dream, man. What you mean? My granny grew me good enough. Yeah, man, miss.
I would like to think I was raised good too, but me don't call to everybody.
You're not raised good like me. You might raise good, but me raised good at. You understand? Right. Yeah, man. You help me dream, man. Big up yourself. I put you alone on the screen.
Good afternoon, sir.
It's the ear see I let out. Yeah.
Everybody apart.
I am a public figure.
When I recognized it though, that night when we were walking out to look at the house.
When we there do what?
When we were walking out from up at old house to come look at new house.
Okay,
So I say, I call to everybody. And like me make a note say, me go watch him see if he do that with you. I think that's true. Every Jack man Dora, she the old lady, cause like you want to call to all the dog them too.
Serene, I saw it go. We call to people. Yeah, son.
And you call to them say nice. And they fool and laugh with you.
Me a good youth, you know.
You don't go know. Good thing then.
It's always a friend to that. It is
What's
always
your
your
friends when you
friends.
joke with them?
Run, when your friend when you smoke with a run
a
joke
run
with man.
joke with.
Yeah, man.
I would
That's
think,
what I got
yeah,
with
smoke
you.
friend. It's
Yeah?
okay. Me
I
and
know,
I
I
smoke
don't know. Yeah,
so
smoke now. I
I
can't.
know me them a talk. Check see what me I him.
No, what's it? I smoke now. You see me? So, teachers advised to prioritize self-care in wake of sudden deaths. So the Jamaica Teachers Association, them, President Winston Smith urged his colleague educators to make taking care of themselves a priority as he led them in a service of prayer and reflection in the wake of the deaths of several people among their ranks in recent days. Noting that the pandemic has resulted in teachers working harder, I tell people that I don't believe than they have ever had to as they adapted to the virtual learning environment. He urged even those educators who were not a part of the JTA to take stock. I mean, I
That
know
statement really that was really in the article?
that is very funny. You have the article in right there. I don't know why I find that so funny.
Sir, don't find it funny. Don't find it.
It's very funny. Yeah, read it again.
Read it again, because I like when we go to the article.
Oh, you still never. I always still have on screen. Hold on, turn down this volume, yeah?
Alright, no, I'm not trust it. That I'm not true.
But you have the article, sis.
That's why I'm looking at the article.
You look funny, man. Watch out. So let me read it again, yes?
Don't read it again.
No, noting that the pandemic has resulted in teachers working harder than they have ever had to as they adapted to the virtual learning environment. He urged even those educators who were not part of the JTA to take to take stock. But no, I can't read it.
You had no reason to read that again. None whatsoever.
I did. You have asked much as the reason. You understand?
I don't even want to know.
You sure you say man a shaggy? Rosie want you. I'm not seeing a premiere today. All is well. Big up to the peeps, them now. This.
Oh boy.
I wish one of weekly you got detail today. I'm not seeing a Sunday service. Big up to the people them. What did in the I mean, know say buy a Bentley nowadays. Big up to the people who were in the premiere of Twiggy's interview. Yes, and I appreciate the support. And thing. Big up to the people that I watch it since. Big up to the people that I watch it after. Big up to all of the people that were in the building tonight. You understand? Empress Carleen, Empress Rosie, B Empress Richie, DeAndre, Clivet Reed. Hope I pronounce that right. Jade Grace. Saying good night everybody. Jara, all of the people that were in the building. Manners and respect to the one there. Moonlight. Blessings every time. Empress Winsome. Good night. My lady, how are you? And Serene and them peeps. Yeah, man. So, yeah, the man said that. So, all if you remember JT of a tech stack, is that the man I say? Yeah, son. It's not just JT member business. You see? We are.
Hold on. You know, it can be looked at as, you know, he's saying that because he represents JTA, he doesn't want it to seem as if he's only encouraging JTA members to take a minute for yourself. You know, so he's letting it be known that, you know, it's everybody I'm talking, not just JTA members, but all teachers.
Is that your pick?
Yeah.
Okay, good pick. Raymond Douglas, big up yourself, bro. Appreciate the contribution, yes, sir. We are joined this afternoon in this fashion to pay homage to our colleagues who have fallen. Teachers who have given up their lives to the benefit of educating the nation's children. See, a friend them said during a virtual event, it is important that you recognize that you are only one person. It is important that you recognize that should you die because you have overexerted yourself, somebody else is waiting and will take your place. I've been saying that all along. He urged the educators, who he called the bedrock of any society, to support the JTA, while it lobbies the government to ensure that teachers are adequately compensated and given sufficient and timely vacation leave, as they need time to relax and rest and recuperate.
That is true. Vacation leave is important.
You mean apart from summer, Easter and Christmas?
Vacation leave. Summer, Easter, and Christmas has been termed as vacation leave. I didn't know that.
Right. You want people start lynch? We can't get to realize that the people have been us a long time say we are get too much holiday. You know see?
Sir. I'm here to play music or you play music?
I hear sound turn on, man.
Party that loud tonight.
So no. But the seriously, teachers, me tell you now already, I tell you again. We need for breathe, for decompress.
That's true.
It is rough. The responsibilities and the demands on the modern teacher is absurd, as I've said before. Comparative to remuneration and standard of living and inflation and all sort of things. So moderation over moderation, as I said. You see, yes, you are going to be professional, you're going to execute your job, but we spend a lot of time at home carrying home schoolwork and all of them something there. And as I said, in some cases you have to, that is the truth, but limit it, you understand? Because as a drop out of somebody else, let me interview. You understand? Right. So the world continues, you know. You understand? The world don't stop when we drop out. That's the reality that.
Yeah.
And these things, so yeah. Now at least 11 people were injured in a St. James College, and like one accident, like, you know. At least 2 children are listed among the injured following a motor vehicle collision which occurred in Lilliput along the Lilliput Main Road. And me just mention it. So in that incident, a Toyota IS bus and a Toyota Mark X motor car had a crash that resulted in at least 11 individuals being transported to hospital for treatment. So the report, at the time, was that about 3 p.m. the bus was traveling in the direction of Montego Bay with passengers aboard, while the Mark X with only the driver was going in the opposite direction when the collision took place. The injured, which included the children, were taken to hospital through the efforts of the ambulance personnel from the fire brigade, JDF, and the passers-by who assisted, and their conditions are unknown. Like, me not get no update or such and such and such. You see the Mark X driver them, some big old engine in the vehicle them, you see? And the man them can't manage the vehicle them, and the man them not stop drive fast. Check how much accidents you have seen with Mark X's in recent times, and the Beamers and these cars are now becoming more accident involved because you have a lot of young, and when I say if you have your money enough to buy a vehicle, and that we are say when you buy a vehicle, drive carefully.
And ensure it's a vehicle that you can manage. There's nothing wrong to say that.
Every man a driver, Rasta.
No.
Don't me I tell her, then ask them.
I have developed quite a few persons with hands clasped, eyes closed. Lord, grant me coverage that I may reach my destination safely and never get back in this.
If man them not drive, they not take time drive. Whereas you have a lot of YouTube channels now that are focusing on driving and stuff, and every man want them video post up around this and say them a big driver, bad driver. I see someone that do some things and I record it, and me I say, yo, like, whenever you go out on the road and going back, you have to give thanks, you know. There's a thing that come on Spike. One cable channel, they have 1,000 ways to die. Check your Jamaican, right? 1,000 ways out there for you die. When you go out there and come back, you have to give thanks, man. Because I say, when you see a man and drive sometime, brother, like...
It's true. I say you can make...
Remember, you cannot go about your way and drive as defensive as you can. A man can sum up in your vehicle, you know.
But look at the student that we had around the road here. So we're one car stopped for him to cross, and the next one swing from behind him and kill him.
Well, I mean, I tell you, rough sis.
So you're not even if you do nothing wrong. You're not gaze. You cross the road properly, and you get it.
Yeah,
like me, when I'm crossing the road, I ensure that the vehicle that is stopping so that I can cross, the one way behind him sees you across me across.
Yeah, because you can't walk out from a parked vehicle and be in a parked vehicle at the end of that.
No,
yeah,
because one fool will swing and that will be the end of it.
So, cause enough people just out say, you know, man stop and man swing around them and everybody making news. You see, so it's the ways. But speaking about that, and I brought up that to kind of preface something. So I came across an article that I think I need to share. And the thing is that most times, yeah, preach to the choir, you know. But me still I go do it. Somebody will need to hear at least one person I go hear. So avoiding distractions when driving. See it? So being distracted while driving is a sure recipe for a disaster. Yet, it can be an easy task to accomplish on our busy roadways in Jamaica. However, as defensive drivers, we have to be focused and read the road continuously. Distractions from the driving task may be caused by non-vehicular factors such as excitement, sadness, stress, or depression. I do not take my eyes off the road, says Makisha Johnson, an ADTC trained bus driver. I read the road ahead. I try to be focused on my driving, though it is quite tempting to do otherwise, she adds. Now, according to Johnson, she is cognizant of the fact that one simple mode of distraction could mean the difference between life and death. That is so true. We have to be patient in town or city traffic and try to pay attention on the road ahead while driving. While being focused, drivers need good judgment in stopping, starting and turning. Also, knowing the traffic rules, signs and signals are of great help. Additionally, drivers must be aware that having distractors in the motor vehicle requires the driver's attention. Now, Dr. Wendell Abel, consultant psychiatrist, who was of the view that excessive vehicular traffic can have an effect on drivers generally. It must be further noted that a professional driver in a motor vehicle for 6 hours a day has a greater potential of being involved in a collision than the average motoring public. Therefore, psychological and physiological factors can increase the potential for a collision. Here are a few psychological factors worthy of note for all motorists. 1. The aggressive nature of some persons may spill over into the driving task. The driver having attitudes of impatience, self-righteousness, and ego can impair his or her judgment. Man, that is so true. The driver being bored after spending a full day behind the steering wheel. The driver not being prepared for the lack of reaction or overreaction from other motorists. Man. The effects of emotions after having dealt with work-related duty, or the effects of emotion resulting from a personal situation. The psychological factors? No. The physiological factors. Yeah. But sorry, I look on the radio. Sure that you see, you know. The consumption of drugs and alcohol can have a deteriorating effect upon the driver's decision-making skills. Fatigue can be as a result of driving, being on a rotating shift when the said driver's biological clock is saying it is time to sleep or take a nap. Now, Norris Christian, a trained driver instructor, offers some reminders. 1. Rest before taking a long trip. Get yourself in the proper frame of mind for driving. Do not carry undue stress from home to road. Be alert, stay focused, and read the road from all angles. Do not drive if you are hungry, angry, or in any form of discomfort. So right now I could drive like remain calm amid the rigors of the road. Being calm on the road is your best friend. Like, it really is. I mean, being calm in general is your best friend. Because you're better able to make logical, rational choices and decisions when you're calm. Never drink and drive. And make a conscious effort to drive safely. So I probably should do an individual video with this, that article and put out, you know, so it can reach more people. Because right, you know, the road is man, you know, safe out there.
That would be a good one to do.
Yeah,
and stay off your phone. Like, a lot of people let me know why they have that dirty, nasty habit. Me see them and drive on a
our text.
Drive on a text.
Drive on a tap on them phone. All of these things. Thanks
like
to Father Raymond for the contribution and PayPal just now, my friend. Appreciate it.
The text especially bothers me. How the hell if you are driving on a text?
Yeah. I believe most people buy their license due to being lazy. Yeah, son. But yeah, we gotta drive it. Yeah, we gotta drive feet in, brother. And do
I
the thing
still
and
do
go
the
on the road
rubbish
go do
them.
foolish the same, you know, Jay.
Same way.
It's just that you're more inclined to well, you know the thing because you'd have done the process. But you have man we go through the process, do him lessons them, go drive for him license, get him license, and go on the road go do crap. See
Still
me?
do the rubbish.
You understand? So don't listen to certain music while driving, it's not safe. Like what kind of music, Nicks?
Right there. The music them will build your adrenaline. Will build your that.
And that's
Like you want to drive fast.
I guess so. Boost you up like a subgen line. Put 90s dancehall and the problem. Put on 90s dancehall and the problem. Why, Richie? So what you know? Historic DPP appeal against lenient murder sentence to be heard tomorrow. So you know many times we see some convictions going on some sentencing and we say then might as well they might come on yard, you know. Because then this don't make no sense like it cost me and you. Zane, so as our laws had it before recently, only the defense was able to appeal a ruling by the court. So the office of the DPP was not afforded that opportunity. That law was changed recently. So the first case brought by prosecutors since the law was changed last year, given limited right of appeal against acquittals and sentences, is scheduled for a hearing tomorrow. So Court of Appeal Justices Frank Williams, Nicole Simmons, and Evan Brown are set to hear the matter. So prosecutors from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions will be seeking to have the 12-year prison term imposed on Westmoreland man Lindell Powell significantly increased. My driving ain't gonna be bad like 90s dancehall road bud up. Powell was sentenced in December last year to 12 years imprisonment, each following his guilty plea for 2 counts of murder. The sentences are to run concurrently, so basically 12 years he must serve them. So Powell would only serve 12 years out of 24. Is he free? However, it look like you're not understand.
Powell or who again?
One man from Lindell Powell.
Another one with the little girl.
Me not remember. Me not sure.
Okay.
Hold on. Bro, my soon link. I'm on stream. If anything, text me. Let me read it. Yeah, shower there. So, however, Supreme Court Justice Bertram Morris, who tried the case, ruled that Powell should not be eligible for parole until he has served 10 years. I mean, not even one of the 12, 10 years. He pleaded guilty to the January 27 murder of Oral McIntosh and Ida Clark, which took place in Westmoreland. Now, DPP Paula Llewellyn has argued that the sentence was unduly lenient and inadequate given the circumstances of the case. Powell had convictions for 2 firearm offenses at the time. Powell had convictions for 2 firearm offenses at the time of his murder convictions and was sentenced in August of 2019 to 18 months in prison on each count. After Powell was sentenced for the double murder, the DPP's office issued a statement saying the prosecutor had indicated on record when the plea was being entered that the Crown had made a recommendation on the sentence to be imposed. The recommendation was that Powell should be sentenced to life on each count with eligibility of parole after serving 21 years. Powell was one of 6 men who were found not guilty in July of 2020 of charges under the anti-gang legislation during the trial of the alleged members of the Westmoreland-based Kings Valley gang. Right. So, the DPP's officer said 12 years to 2 murder plus 2 gun charge plus no make no sense like. So let's see how the appeal goes. 10 years for murder, cartoon country. Pray before you go up on the road. In all seriousness, the poor driving in JA is an epidemic on itself. Boy, I mean I tell you brother. And it'll get worse because more and more young youth filled with youthful exuberance and I don't know answer. And when I say young youth can drive very well, you know, but just say some of them very careless like. You understand? There's no regard for other road users And the taxi drivers, them, Jesus Christ. Well, yes, so we have fight taxi driver, you know, and we forgot fight criminal, yeah, so. Yeah. You know what I think, go. Engineer, 26-year-old, charged with murder of 3 friends in Bedward Gardens. So a 26-year-old engineer from Augusttown, St. Andrew, has been charged with the murder of 3 friends in Bedward Gardens last month. Now, Kevin Wright, OC Trigger, was arrested and charged by detectives assigned to the Major Investigation Division for the April 30 early morning attack. Wright has also been charged with wounding with intent, illegal possession of firearm, and ammunition. He was charged on Saturday after a question and answer session with his attorney. Now, a court date was not included in a statement issued by the Jamaica Constabulary Force this afternoon. So the deceased were identified as Kevin Kids Friday Jackson. So it's Kevin Jackson, or what it's called, Kids Friday. 21 years old. Rashid Edwards, 24, also called Boopy. And 18-year-old Keenery, otherwise called Brains, all from Bedward Gardens in Augusttown. So about 4:40 a.m. on April 30, a group of men were playing a game in a section of the community when Wright allegedly at 4:30 a.m. When Wright allegedly approached them and opened gunfire, the police say. Now 4 persons were shot and later transported to hospital where Ray, Edwards, and Jackson were pronounced dead. The 4th person was admitted. The 3 men were residents said were joined at the hip were longtime friends who were out playing board games at their normal hangout spot, just a few feet from their respective homes after returning from a party the night before. Now, earlier this month, Inspector Stephen Taylor, who is in charge of the Augusttown police station, told reporters that the killings were suspected to be executed by gang members, noting that it may be as a result of long-standing conflict between the Color Red, otherwise known as Gaza Gang, and the Bedward Gang in the area. But he said the man is an engineer.
Yeah.
So, at that him decide for engineer up? Like, not an engineer. So why? I don't know. Well, him a got caught. Charge penalty. I mean, I know what I'm up to. You understand what I'm saying? No, I came across a story earlier today when I was going through the papers, and I said, Jaja, set away like. So, it says, still living in fear.
Oh, I thought they had sent it to you when I saw it, because I read it in a line.
Oh, no. What kind of engineer, bro? You know, say that in a Richie. But me assume, say, like, what kind of engineer? Like, if my engineer is my engineer. You understand? So it sounds like him is qualified and probably gainfully employed. Or I am. You understand? Just assuming he's engineer and death rasta. Yeah, like I don't know. Engineer of death. Woman stabbed 30 times, afraid attacker will strike again. She says the cops are not doing enough. So Nelia Dennis, who was stabbed 30 times and left for dead by her jealous ex-lover in November last year, says she is fearful that the incident might reoccur to an even more extreme extent as police officers in her area have not been doing enough to provide safety for her. Dennis, who resides in Anatomy St. Mary, has been home for a month since being discharged from a rehabilitation center in Kingston, and not once, she says, has police personnel attempted to visit and document her long overdue statement of what happened on the night of the heinous attack. From the incident happened, no police don't come and talk to me. I understand in the first half because I could barely talk, but I am better now. Every time my aunt go to the police station and tell them to come to my house, they said they would come and all know they don't reach. They keep asking if she don't have any transportation to bring me to the station, and they should come to me because I am disabled, Dennis told the Jamaica Observer. She added, it's 6 months now since the incident and no form of interest from them, and it makes me sad. And they said they can't put him on the wanted list for St. Mary because they haven't taken a statement from me. Dennis's plea is for an increased police presence in the area of the community which he resides, as as it was while she was outside of her house that the man, named as a person of interest by the police and who is also the father of her children, Jaja, came into the yard and started a conversation about their daughter. During the conversation, the alleged attack occurred. The following morning, her blood-drenched body was found at her aunt's shop outside the house. I just feel like they are not taking this thing serious. Are they going to wait until something more serious happens to me before they come? She asked. Now, if the police was at least patrolling the area and just look out, I would feel more safe. I'm not even near a police jeep on the road. I am home, but I am scared. I have to be listening if anybody is coming for me, and sometimes I not even sleep because me afraid say might come attack me again, she added. Now, Dennis told the Sunday Observer that she's anxiously waiting for the suspect to be caught, as that would make her feel less worried. I want the police to do more for my safety and try their best to find him, because I need closure. I want to know what was the reason for him to destroy me like this, she said. Wow.
Me want to sleep, I know.
Boy, the wounds have damaged the left side of her body, leaving it dysfunctional, but she has been trying to remain positive. The left side of my body is damaged. I lost hearing in the left ear. My left nostril can't smell anything and my left eye is gone. The left leg is also not as strong as the right one, and my left hand is not so functional. I try to be happy because I'm around my family and children, but other times I am sad. I can imagine. I am going to church and I'm going to get baptized. But they said I have to start walking better first. Yeah?
Just not church then.
I'm not even get involved in another party still. Cause
Leave you alone. Coming in it with you tonight.
we just get cross like. Something like kill Jesus Christ, as Cartel said. Let me find one single thing. No, not this. This. Let me take this opportunity. Let me use, because I know our police officers watch, and even though you may not be stationed in Anata Bay,
No, not over.
if you know of any of your colleagues out there, you know them, and if the report is as read just now is true, then I mean, so
Do
far.
something.
Yeah, but and she has said them ask if the aunt have a vehicle with she's disabled. Like if she's disabled, somebody from the station must can go visit her. You understand what I'm saying? So whilst initially she was struggling to talk, I understand why they wouldn't take a statement and such. So I don't know. But it is really sad, and the mother of your children, it didn't say how many children she have for the person, but why would you stab the mother of your children 30 times?
Anger.
That is beyond anger. See. I can't just anger that.
Anger.
Angry, you stab somebody a couple times, man. Angry. But that'll be an angry. That's angry plus sickness. You understand? And the police are saying they can't list him as wanted because they don't have an official statement. I'm not going to link the Empress and go take the statement.
Exactly.
Man.
I would think that once she's able to give the statement, then somebody would have visited
The link her. I don't know that there's a rule that says you have to give the statement at the police station. I don't know that a rule that existed.
No, sir. Because police must take statement in hospitals all the time.
No, man, I'm just like, sis, let me know. I say like, me can't see why. You understand?
They want a service vehicle.
Anata be? Nah, man, me go Anata be and see what the car park up out the front door.
That means they means in service, sir.
Me gonna link something, you know. Because I think him still service or not, Kevin. Smooth. Yeah, man. Me never did actually read the article, you know. Before, you know. I'm gonna link him when me done and because I think he's still there. I mean, nothing smoother than know about this and the lady still around there now. You understand? But what you say? Jaja. Imagine stabbing somebody 30 times. Like, me there, I try and meds it like, say.
A whole heap of stab that in, sir?
A 30 stab, sis. Count from 1 to 30 and see how long it take you.
May I tap before we reach 30? So I'm saying it's a lot.
Didn't you know love your kids like yeah take away the mother of your like I don't understand. Me not get that. Charging for attempted murder. Huh. It's basically murder that brother.
30 times to the
30
point now that
times.
she's disabled, blind in one eye.
Yeah, because she
not
was
smelling from
one
one
of the
nostril.
one of the pictures she was wheelchair bound.
Mm-hmm.
So she now walk well because her left leg not strong.
I know for sure.
Wow. Remind me if I call Kevin when we're done here. 'Cause you know me now remember but yeah. No, I spoke on Friday night about the situation that currently exists in Rose Heights and in just coming in and like
What I say, why is my neighbor screaming like
him
that?
come here with a nice one. As he wasn't here in the day, so we don't know where he nice come here. So the situation in Rose Heights is not very rosy. You understand? And as we know that there was a double murder there the other day with a number of persons or people receiving gunshot injuries during an attack believed to be an intra-gang or some gang-related situation. So there's an article that I took out most of it and but just to give some perspective on the Rose Heights situation. So thorny crime plague resports in Rose Heights. That's prot man, resports. So a deadly gun attack last Thursday has landed Rose Heights back in an all too familiar and unenviable territory as warring gangsters mark each other for death. So frightened residents remained tight-lipped as the fear of becoming a victim after revealing the evils they see is real, preferring to take their chance with silence, even while knowing that does not guarantee they won't become innocent victims in the bloody mayhem. It is creating a challenge for law enforcement. Now located just 3 kilometers on the outskirts of the city of Montego Bay, Rose Heights is one of the largest of the 23 garrison communities in St. James. I didn't even know that Rose Heights was that. Like, with an estimated population of just under 7,000 in 1,886 households across its 14 neighborhoods, including Catherine Penn, Villa Heights, Bronx, Beirut, Branch Hall, Top Road, Vietnam, Green Tank, Dunkirk, 41, and Mall Road. Where are you from, sir? You know me come from 41, sir. Place. You know me come from a Green Tank, sir. You know me come from Dunkirk, sir. I don't know. Yeah, but that's just me. Murders, shootings, and robberies are common in Rose Heights, and during a particularly difficult period between January and September of 2009, 79 funerals were held for murder victims. Between January and September, 9 months, you know, brother. In 2009, you know, 79 funerals were held, you know. In one brutal 2-week span, more than a dozen people were killed. Now, the community is on edge following a series of attacks in recent times, said to be an ongoing conflict among gangsters in the area. So last Thursday, a drive-by shooting at a birthday party along Maroon in the community left 2 people hospitalized and claimed the lives of 27-year-old Chadwell Fraser, otherwise known as Bomb Brain or Chad, and off Felicity Road, Glendevon, Shamaria Calvin, aka Chippy, 24 years old, of Ball Ground in Rose Heights, and Tony and Reed, OC 2 Fly of Jarrett Terrace, also in St. James. Now it followed another triple killing in nearby Matches Lane. You have a Matches Lane in that place? St. James, eh? Although the one I told and a Matches Lane in here, it's Matthews Lane. Yes, and Matches Lane in March when men traveling in a Toyota Allison motor car drove up to a group of people and alighted before opening fire, killing 3 men and wounding 1. Now, residents have been warned that not even the newborns or the elderly are safe, as the rivaling gangsters threaten each other, even on social media. And they say, you think reach Jaja?
So they all have short threats on social media?
Yeah, man. They say, you think reach Jaja? Everything going on social media, Scotty.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
everything going on social media, sis. Nobody now hold nothing back. Social media, everybody I bring them roses now. Yeah, and somebody have something, a social media then run to it, tell the world. Yeah, and man, so nobody not discuss something amongst themselves no more. It is between them and the world. You see it? Mm-hmm. So the social media streets run off. Mama.
So each is one.
Them a fool. You understand? So that a going on a rose height. As I said, down there really so rosy and it look like there's no end in sight because the man them boy.
Everybody bad.
I don't know how them benefiting from it. So I guess I don't know.
It's like
Alleged.
everybody bad.
Everybody bad.
Yeah, man,
Alleged.
so because everybody bad, nobody now go say, alright, me I go be one to say, alright, make we end it here, so. You understand? Make we call a truce, make we leave it right there. Enough people have died already over it, so let us just leave it as it is. But then I said, man, me bad than you, so. You have to prove it, eh?
But then when you kill my people, then I can kill your people them.
Then the cycle continues.
Because you're not gonna just kill my people them, so I'm just alright with this Scotty. Talk it true.
And look how the cycle go now. So it might end up that the father of a young child is killed. That child grew up and hear who killing father.
Who kill his father?
Guess what, more? There's a strong possibility that he might go and kill back that person or kill somebody for that person.
Yep. That's how you go.
So the cycle just seems to be never ending.
Never ending. It's a circle, man. Not start. Well, we know start, but no end.
No ending.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying? Yep.
So it's like, sometimes it kind of make you feel a little hopeless in a way.
You feel so?
Yeah, man. Sometimes
Massacre have a song on his album named Story that detail the same situation that we just talked about. So you kill my father when me was a child. And me grew up and you say you kill my father. So you know what you think of? Well, it's a really old song still when put it on the album, but yeah. But I mean I know sis, the things set away. You understand? Some of these things are them lasted for generations, centuries. It a come down for. You see me I say cause sometimes there will be truce and then once something happen again and all the hell break
through the
loose.
window.
Alleged robber shot dead by a licensed firearm holder in Portland. Nothing wrong with that. Detectives from the Criminal Investigations Branch in Portland are investigating the shooting death of a man by a licensed firearm holder during an alleged robbery in the community of Nonsuch this morning. No such thing in Nonsuch, fam. Shortly after 3 a.m., the unidentified man reportedly entered the home of a retiree, held him up at gunpoint and proceeded to rob him of cash, jewelry, and a cell phone, police reports say. During the robbery, the homeowner, who is a licensed firearm holder, managed to pull his gun and fired a single shot in the direction of the robber. I just want in the Medina. The man was hitting in chest, in the chest area. The retiree sound to me like he's a former security force personnel. I don't know if he's a military man or he's a JCF man. An alarm was raised and the intruder was reportedly found lying on his back with a weapon beside him. He was pronounced dead on the scene by a doctor.
Okay.
It's a good look. You understand?
Retiree, that means that more than likely he's an older person.
Him can't just retire, you know. That means he retire a long time.
No, man, but even if you just
He's
retire.
a big person, right.
Can you not retire when you're 15?
Well, if I choose my name rich. That we are telling about 15, we are relaxed. Yeah?
We don't retire about 5 years now.
So, I saw you go. Yeah, man. So, I saw you if you go, brother, man. And in, right now, my third face of robbers are kill people. You see me? Because they're not even take your things and go on and they might take everything.
Exactly.
Your life and property. You see it?
Before you say, alright, maybe let him go make him go work again so we can rob him again.
We say, if you rob him against Scotty, just a kill your God. But I mean, if you laugh, you know.
No, it's not a laughing matter, but think about it, sir.
I don't mean
At
to laugh.
least let me understand the potential for work again, so you can want them up again. But I mean, you just a kill his horse.
That's funny. That don't mean for that. All right. So you know that there was a mob killing in Mandeville a few weeks ago.
The
So
mistaken identity.
Mandeville mob killing classified as murder after autopsy. So the death of Chieftain Campbell, who was beaten by a mob in Mandeville, Manchester earlier this month, has now been classified as a murder. This followed a post-mortem examination conducted on Campbell's body on Saturday. Now, as a result, a person of interest who was identified as being at the center of the mob beating and subsequent death will be taken into custody, the police said. The results of the post-mortem indicated that Campbell, a member of the board of the Victoria Primary School in Manchester, died due to blunt force trauma to the head. The report said there was no visible sign of injury on the body. Now, the police had reported that Campbell, while walking on Manchester Road, was accused of stealing money, attacked and beaten by several people. Police on foot patrol rescued and took Campbell to hospital where he died. Now, residents of Victoria Town in South Manchester blocked sections of the main road in their community, as they protested the death of Campbell, who they described as a community leader. The residents, who said Campbell was a well-respected community member, demanded justice and threatened to take their protest to Mandeville if their concerns were not addressed. Police need to hire the retiree to be a consultant. Bridget, how you doing? Good night,
The retiree is spot on.
watching on TV, phone battery low. Some of these youths in community, we call them defender of the earth. We have a lot of bullies around here that takes people for punk, and if you don't stand up, then them punk you for life. I need to get that up. Oh, your camera bounce, brother?
You know. Like it on wheel.
Oh, let me do over here, sir. Over here, sir, today. Speaking about mob killing, accused bike thief killed by mob in Westmoreland. So a man was killed by an angry mob in Whitehall, Negril in Westmoreland on Friday night after he was accused of stealing a motorcycle. The deceased has been identified as 32-year-old O'Neill Tomlinson, otherwise called Little T, of a Froome address. Now, an eyewitness who did not want to be identified told reporters that he saw the man running through the bushes into a yard. I only see when him drop and them start beating with rock stones and boards, he recalled. 3 nights passed straight.
Well, like the strawberry said to his friend, looks like we're in a jam. Let's find something to do. Do you want games, relaxation skills, or fitness skills? Or you can ask for more
Alexa,
options.
tap in hands.
Sure, tonus. Uh-oh, looks like I'm having trouble with tonus.
Alexa,
Would you like to go?
stop.
You should get that yama, yeah.
Yeah. You don't know, should have. Jaja. So, 3 nights man straight him thief bike, but last night them kill him, he said. You think it easy for a man save and buy a bike for all 180,000? A man a thief it. Them two wicked man, he added. Now, according to the police's corporate communications unit report, Tomlinson died as a result of injuries he received in Whitehall. It is theorized that he was mobbed by residents after attempting to steal a motorcycle. He died at hospital after about 9:15 p.m., the CCU report said. So the Negril police are investigating. Alex, I don't read out the file long time. Jaja. So the mob, yesterday with the mob killing thing, it set a oasis. There's so much, because if you not catch a man in the act, like red-handed, you can't kill innocent people just like the man in a
The man did one.
You understand what I say? His thieving days are over. But if I him, and they caught him red handed, then, you understand?
Play foolish game.
Louisiana and dead, I mean, but you know what thing, it's set away. The jungle justice thing, I kind of set away. The mob killing thing. I always tell the man, you know, the man with the name and fame always get caught, you know. So, imagine them a beat up somebody now and teacher will beat him up and him dead. It no matter how much people did, you know.
You.
Me right it. And I could ask me lick him less, you know.
Maybe I'll lick a miss.
But because a few people might know my name like I'm a face. Yeah man. I mean get a case.
You lick or kill him or you give it?
So that's the thing they set out yesterday. Wounded man in custody after common shooting leaves wanted man dead and 8 injured. So the police have taken a man into custody after he turned up at hospital nursing gunshot wounds that is believed to have been sustained during a shooting incident in the Dunmere Close community of Kingston 19. The man reportedly told the police he sustained the injuries in another location, but the police suspect the man was involved in the shooting incident that left 1 man dead and 8 others nursing gunshot wounds. Dead is 32-year-old Sanjay Cousins from Ambrook Lane. Cousins was killed in part of the community popularly known as Common. Reports are a group of people were on the road socializing when armed men approached and opened fire, striking 9 people. Police sources indicate that Cousins is a known violence producer, that is the deceased. According to the police, Cousins has been linked to several murders in his home community of Ambrook Lane. Sources indicate Cousins fled the community recently following an escalation of hostilities with rivals. The police have also indicated that Cousins is linked to several murders in the St. Andrew South community of Tower Hill. Among the 8 people nursing gunshot wounds are 3 women. The police say the Dunmere Close community has been quiet for several years. It is believed the assailants of the attack are from Ambrook Lane. It is also understood that Cousins was a target of the attack. The police say they will use forensic evidence and other technologies as they continue their investigation into the fatal shooting. And the police are urging the public to contact the authorities when they notice strange people in their communities. Damien, give thanks and bro. Appreciate the support and contribution, you know what I mean? At Miss Scott and Teacher, which part of Jamaica is considered safe? Upper Camp. Scotty, you freeze? You look like Scotty freeze up, sir. Girl freeze. I don't know why I find that funny. Alright, so Scotty freeze up. So whenever, I guess she probably have a call, but I don't know what I'm to her. Oh, Sarah call back here. You were frozen. You were frozen. Yeah. Right. So 9 persons shot, 1 fatal. The deceased, the police are saying he is a violence producer, a gangster. I don't know. The safest place is King's House. Scott asleep. Elsa Scott name now. Jaja. Yeah. You have communities in Richie where, I mean, not only but things are really going on. Many communities actually. Not even camper. What about the last set of guns that goes missing? Yeah, but nobody know that about camp, bro. So then it's safer that we are talking about another part there. So I'm just saying that still. But DeAndre, you admit to that you know of many communities where certain things just not go on. I mean, that's just the truth. You see me? We don't have a call, but we know a community them. I mean, things go on everywhere, but some communities are the likelihood of people being murdered is less than others. It's just the truth. You understand? Because our Scotty community, there's nothing going on around there. So to live in one of them nice communities there, man.
Stop telling life on me, boy. That, you see you? You're born on deep Metro?
No one nice community you live in.
As nice as yours.
No. Yours nicer.
Why you never ever live in a gated community?
And me make you live where you live?
Yeah.
No.
I must say me in my bed sleeping. How you call me?
Right, because there was a property available. And you're my sister, I know that you were seeking a property in a nice
No, but why you
community.
never make me seek one in a one nicer community?
Because you like that community. Because it's a good community.
Don't trust me.
Let's get to live teacher asking for a friend. What are they nice community, man? Run our path. Scotty live at Strawberry Hills.
I wish. Oh boy.
You Wilson, good night, my brother. So, speaking about a bloody weekend, we talk about the 9 that were shot, the one fatal in Common. If you live at Common and on a common sense. 4 shot in Trelawney, 2 fatally by gunmen dressed as soldiers. Wow, that is a very dangerous proposition.
Just one, right?
4 people were shot, 2 fatally by unknown assailants dressed in army camouflage in the normally peaceful community of Duncan's Trelawney on Saturday night. The deceased have been identified as 28-year-old Jason Trail and Andre Dennis, 25, both from Red Dirt district in Duncans. Now, reports are that about 7:30 p.m., both men were among a group of people gathered in the Red Dirt section of Duncans when the heavily armed men pounced and sprayed the gathering with bullets. Boy, I mean, tell you. Cha-cha. 4 people, including Trail and Dennis, were shot and taken to hospital where both men were pronounced dead on arrival and the other 2 admitted for treatment. The motive behind the attack was not ascertained up to the time of the publication. Rude boy locks us here, the scam of them. Cha-cha. No, I spoke about a situation where a man was shot and killed in Grange Hill the other day. It turned out that he was killed a day after a case that he was involved in ended. Now, I think many people, when they heard that, they didn't read the article for themselves and were suggesting that he was a witness in the case. He wasn't really a witness in the case. He was the complainant in the case.
Oh.
Yeah, man. So many people are saying, people now give no witness at court, evidence at court now, and he wasn't. I feel him involved in the case. He was. You understand?
I thought he was the witness too.
And that me had to say, and shame on you. Read the article.
I didn't read it, to be honest.
And then you see now, like when me tell us you know so you go, so you will accept that. We have people out there who don't say, I am a witness in the case now, and I saw you go, and that is dangerous. You understand what I say? No, Scotty, me I tell you, you see crab, boy, you see, watch this. Witness killed day after case ends. 1 day after the conclusion of a court case in which he was a witness, so the article says a witness in them, but watch this. A taxi operator was gunned down in Westmoreland's Grangeville Square. The dead man is 31-year-old Odin Smith, otherwise called Did Black, from Kings Valley. Now, according to the Jamaica Observer sources, Smith was sitting on his bike when a car approached. 2 men got out and shot him multiple times. The article is a little bit misleading too, because he's not a witness. He is the complainant in the case. See? 2 men got out and shot him multiple times in his upper body. The shots forced him backwards and he ended up slumped on his motorcycle. Like I've seen the pictures, as you know. Yeah. The shooters left the scene in the waiting vehicle, which later crashed. One of its doors fell off, but that was not enough to disable the vehicle, which kept going with the shooters on board. Smith was later taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Now, a resident who did not want to be identified by name told the Observer that Smith and a man had an altercation in 2018. He sold a lady crab. So the victim sold one lady some crab. Yeah, follow? But she was supposed to get 2 more. Like 1, 2 more crabs, you know. Him tell her when him go back a crab bush, she would get them. The source said. The source said the woman complained to her partner, who later got into a fight with Smith. Smith's house was later gutted by a fire, and the matter went to court. You follow what I go on?
Over crab.
There have long been calls for a greater reliance on dispute resolution to solve grievances. In his May 4 contribution to the sectoral debate, Justice Minister Delroy once again urged greater use of the alternative dispute resolution services offered by the state. Because many serious crimes emerge from simple disputes and disagreements, which could have been easily cleared up if the parties were referred to a restorative justice facilitator, a mediator, or a counselor to assist them in reaching an amicable settlement, he said. Now, so, me sell you 2 crab. Me sell you crab. You forget
And
2
2
more
shell.
crab. Me say when I go back at crab bush, you get the crab there, mama.
You get it 2
You
crab.
go and go tell your man, say, me owe you 2 crab. Him get crab
Try that picture.
and come link me, and one thing lead to a next, and one little thing go on, and then my house burn down. Me not say you are you me not necessarily say you burn down me house, but me you just war on my house burn down.
Are you?
You understand? And we did a fight over crab like. Well, you did a fight me over crab. Cause me did a fight over and me say you soon get the crab them.
But take like that don't make no sense. Crab.
Right.
Crab. Them must have used crab for something else.
Crab loss. Crab is sitting say you deaf.
You know crab, don't it?
Me yeah, me not eat it. You know that. So uncle sitting with walk sideways back way like. And then put the whole of them in the water and boil them and do the boil out and
Yeah. Every day you complain about that. You know say you not eat any argument done why you gone down is lane for. Who call you down there?
it smell awful.
That's your opinion, sir.
Right, may I speak for myself?
No, but seriously though. Over 2 crab?
Based on what the article I said, it would suggest so.
Yeah. No.
Me what's no know sis?
I don't know my brother. I don't know.
Me don't know more than you this time. Because yes, Jerome, they love crab bad. 2 crab.
Yeah,
But the woman, why? If man say when he got crab bush, he give you next 2 crab.
Mm-hmm.
And you go and go complain about 2 crab.
But maybe she go on just to say, you know, say Williams owe me 2 crab, cause like he not try shot me 2, but me count them and catch up.
But and let me tell you, say, when I go back a crab bush,
Hey, maybe she don't must. Sir, and as a man, yeah, woman come
Scotty,
say she
if
get 2
Frosty,
crab
even
shot.
though we don't do crab, if Jams go road, go buy crab, which you like, God forbid, and come and say, babe, you know say, me buy a crab and forget 2 more crab. Then I say, man, move France and go 2 crab I complain about. We're cooking and do the water, man, go on here, man, and me laugh and me God. What you mean?
I don't know. I know if you stay on there some curry crab the other day. So,
If you're in our business.
you want some? You know I got you.
Are you going to beat up like a man that fight over a crab? 2 crab.
Just say the
Yo,
word.
well, I mean, I know Rasta judge. So, the
But think
allegations.
more must left for this. I can't disagree.
But I don't even know what was the development in court. Like, what happened in court.
What transpired in court?
So, the man lost his house, apparently. Allegedly linked to the crab situation, and lost his life, apparently, allegedly linked to the crab situation. Teach them. Him just wanted to kill them. Well, assuming that. You understand, I love crab, but clearly not that much.
You see? Because you make me sell you some crab.
You understand?
That's more than 2 shots, dude.
Ah, boy. We are living in a serious time. Time is so serious.
When we are living in a serious time, but please don't worry.
Hurry and fret. Because what is to be
Stanley.
must be. And what is for you get. Let the land be your salvation.
Stanley dead, right?
Stanley died? Stanley and
Yeah,
turbines.
sure.
But if not,
Me
I
like
need to
think
link
of you.
him. Yeah. I hope the great one is still around with you, Scotty. I say that with you.
Dead.
But you know who run cast of mine today? I try to find him. Junior Tucker. You ever hear Junior Tucker sing?
Yeah, Junior Tucker, which song again?
Like Junior Tucker Bolipa song, man. Have you ever listened to him sing? Like really and truly listen to him sing? When I don't see him later, play one Junior Tucker song.
Him and Nadine know
I'm
song?
Christian and knowing and thing. Him and
Yeah,
Nadine
man,
used to
him
perform pan, I think ring ding or something at the time. Probably make a link Nadine for you, you know. Probably make a link Nadine. Me know people must have a number. Guess what number me get what they have to send con give you?
Phone.
I don't want to tell her.
Who phone number? No, tell me.
Papa sir.
Yeah.
Hey, but son not there still, so we just have to make it. You know a regular link and when they reach here, you know, and thing.
Everybody says I know the baddest thing.
Lyricist.
Eh, then I say, how you want to stitch it? Sound bad.
And thing, yeah. So, remember when you send the number, Kongi? They used to call him Jamaican Michael Jackson. Yeah, man, the man is a brilliant vocalist, man.
Okay.
But you know, he's a Christian now and thing, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, so. I'd love to find. I want, as me there upon that topic here, before me move on. Every time I post an interview, I say a list of next teach, next. Next teach. So we just get vex teach. What do you talk about that? Can I watch it? No, me not, but just I say that. Watch it. It is okay for you to request an artist. And it is also okay for you to take the initiative, locate the artist, whether on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, and say, my artist, you know me, they love to hear a story, and somebody who does a good job of documenting stories is teach him. I have him link, you know, or link up teach him or something. Me personally can link every artist. You understand? So sometimes, and there have been a few interviews where actually fans reach out to the artist, and then can enough time man say, you know, say X like how Dugzy Rank say Rally Ben say teach. You understand what I say? Like how Gandhi say Dre Blunt. So enough time it happen that way. Like on can't just pressure me, so brother. You understand what I say? So you can reach out to some of my man sometime too. You see? Unlike you have some people tell me every 7 days of the week, so they want me interview that one 7 days of the week. So then tell me on their comment, then tell me on WhatsApp, then tell me on Instagram, then tell me on Twitter, then tell me on
Then
Facebook.
I make sure say you see it.
How about reaching, linking your artists and say, family, here we go. You know say XYZ, try and make it up. You see? Rough. Recently, Andrew Network. You know. Dan room, I go on family. Where said, love me, tell them to listen happy already, but I want somebody happy already there, and I love me. Love me no man, I just say go silly. It's just that the fans say, you know, enthused and sometimes a little bit exuberant, like sometimes just calm man, link your artists and make them know to man. So watch, we can move on. So the Department of Correctional Services, DCS, is defending their stewardship amid fresh claims of abuse at juvenile facilities. You say fresh. You understand?
Ow.
We can link you with a bad producer. Yeah? Make the link, man.
Oh, why bad producer?
Link me, yeah. Well, Scotty said... Scotty said who? Scotty said who I bad producer. I don't know why I find that so funny, you know.
I don't know why you find so funny.
Nah, man, we know Junior Tucker is alive, Larry, man. We know that. We are just saying. Despite the fact that the man them alive, you know, always easy to reach to them, you know. You understand what I say? Sometimes not everybody wants to be reached to by everybody too. You understand what I say? So while it may be accessible to some people, it's not most accessible to teach them, and that's how I think go. You see me? Just saying, not saying we are trying to find junior and it's hard, you know. We just say sometimes you can find a man but teach can't find him, and teach can find a man but you can't find him. Because everybody not accessible to everybody. Like, and everybody can find me. They're just the truth. Alright, Scotty. Well, I don't know. I talk for myself. Everybody can find you?
Me no last.
In your nice community?
Hey boy. Link
On
it
the
with
heels of...
the producer.
Yeah, so what the producer?
They say link it, one them link it with the bad producer.
The bad producer.
Yeah.
Teach me wanted to hear notes, but you have to link the lecturer to get to him.
Leave that alone.
when a time for interview notes it will happen. You understand? Yeah. Scotty freeze again? No, she don't freeze again.
Yes, you mix up. You see me freeze?
Oh.
Let me smile for you. See? Not frozen.
On the heels of a Gleaner report that a 14-year-old ward of the St. Catherine-based Rear Coburg Juvenile Correctional Center has been suffering abuse at the hands of staff members, and Rear Coburg was in the news not so long ago either, you know. The Department of Correctional Services has defended the stewardship of the facilities it oversees. The DCS issued a statement Thursday, hours after the publication of an article in which a Westmoreland woman accused employees of the Rear Coburg Center of beating and starving her son without provocation. Let me come back on screen over here, so. The relevant authorities have been notified of a circumstance involving a ward and are investigating to determine whether there is any truth to the allegations, the release stated. Now, the ward's mother, JB, name change to protect the minor's identity, said that her son had informed her of multiple alleged instances of being beaten by a staff member since he was placed there for uncontrollable behavior in 2021. I got a phone call and my son said to me, "Mommy, if you don't free me, I will kill myself," because a staff member threatened him. I can't manage that one, JB, who has 2 sons at the facility, said. JB, who has 2 sons at the facility, said. That's a lot of sons in one juvenile correctional facility. But I don't know the cases like that, so I'm not judging. I just said that, 2 sons like, I don't know. Him say, "Mommy, I get abused. I'm hungry. Them not treat me bad." No, them not treat me bad. Sorry. I have never ill-treated my sons. I never beat them. I just carried them to CDA, which is a Child Development Agency, the former name for the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, to control them. But they are being abused. You just can't. I can't work with that. I need them to come home right now, said the worried mother. So the DCS insisted that all wards of the juvenile correctional facilities are treated with respect and given high quality care. Wards within the juvenile correctional centers are housed in safe and secure environments with competent staff, adequate provision of food, personal care and hygiene products. They each have access to healthcare facilities and medical personnel, including psychologists, who conduct weekly sessions, and psychiatrists, the release said, adding that they also received psychosocial support from case managers and chaplains. The accusations come more than a year after the Gleaner probe, after a Gleaner probe in February of last year, unearthed allegations of human rights abuses by correctional officers at the center. Why you rub your chest up, mama? Which was built during the 1980s. That not healthy.
No, man. It's not.
Okay. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDICOM, had also reported that the wards had said they were being stripped down to their underwear and locked away for non-violent offenses such as talking back or being absent from the dormitory at lockdown time. Now on Thursday, Yannick Taylor-Wellington, Director of Complaints for INDICOM's Southeastern Region, confirmed that her office had been in contact with the ward's mother in relation to the allegations and that follow-up visits with the minor had been scheduled. So Jamaicans for Justice Executive Director Michael Jackson also called for the government to adequately address the conditions under which juvenile wards are reportedly kept in custody. Now some 200 wards are being housed at 4 juvenile facilities. across the island. Some of these youths don't have any father at home, so mommy alone can control them. We spoke about the importance of having meals in the home recently.
And I have known parents who see the child going on a particular path and carry them into CDA. Like,
And then
them
straighten them
and
up, try to
help.
straighten them up.
Yeah, man, I help. Like, honestly, some of them are honestly seeking help. Like, you will have them say, Miss, we really don't know what else to do. So, we have go through all the avenues that I think could offer me help. Yes, sometimes it doesn't work out as they would have wanted it to. But sometimes it is genuinely coming from a pure place where they really want help for their children. Just like how you have parents would carry the child to the station and ask the police to, talk to them. It's just the same, man. Cause so I saw somebody in the comment section saying, say, why would your two child end up in facility? It's possible. It is possible. And she, as I said, she might seriously just was seeking some help for her child. She was looking away to correct them before it got to where there was no help.
Around 2021, sis.
Mm,
So when you
help,
take
help,
your
man.
child there, you there's a time period during which you can retrieve them.
I am not sure as to what the protocols are governing them. But for them to actually take the child into this facility, it might seem as if there's something really, you understand, going on. Because oftentimes I know they assign counselors and social workers, and sometimes contact the school and make a little link to say, this child is good. We are trying to remedy this child.
I have
But they
always
help. There are cases where they help.
I have always said I rather live on a roadside with my child than hand them over to the state, but easier said than done. But I suppose it's disciplinary. I don't think that may you then have the same level of indiscipline that you deal with. Like, I don't. Where's your father? As DeAndre, what did I say earlier? So we don't know neither still.
Sorry, let me tell you something too. When you're outside a situation looking in, you have every insight.
Just true.
You
It's like
see
when they party them in
everything.
a opposition.
You see everything that could be done because you are on the outside looking in.
Right.
Oftentimes, though, one bite. I tell people when we live in one of the nice communities here, wicked. But oftentimes, sir, when you are in the situation yourself, you don't see these avenues, sir, and you'll seek outside help. And as a parent, CDA is one of those institutions or organizations that
The
you could get such
agencies.
help from, or agency that you could get such help from. So you will or might turn to them for help, and you're genuinely seeking help. But to be on the outside and look in, it's completely different from being on the inside and trying to find a way out.
Just true.
Yeah,
It's a fair statement.
yeah, man. Cause sir, I would have seen a lot of parents coming distraught, them genuinely at a wit's end. They don't know what else to do, and they'll say, "Miss," and you see, sir, for a fact where they would have tried. You see the efforts that they would have put in. You see them trying. Mark, you have some of them who don't know, but them do everything.
Right.
But you have others who really genuinely try, and they come and counselor try, and they say, Miss, I go call CD, or I go to the CD office, go see, what help they can offer. And I am not one to tell them no, because it's out of my realm. I don't know what to do either. So we are going to seek the agency that we think might be able to help. It's just what it is.
Some parents have enough time to monitor their children. Don't. I think I don't need to do right. Because as a single parent, sometimes you have to out the street at work and it just threw me out when you say I two our sons there still. I'm not lying to you.
Yeah,
Like,
it's possible for you to be there.
I stumbled upon that look of it because I think it was one youth. I never know two our sons like
Oh.
in the same institution at the same time. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Well, I hope that the authorities, the powers that be,
Look
treat with the
into
matter
the
with
claims.
some
Mm-hmm.
alacrity, I
So,
suppose.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
That was the exact word that came to my mind. You know.
because the name of that institution has come up a few times. Yeah, so as a matter of fact, the allegations the last time around were far more serious than these.
Damn than this. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So,
I really hope it works out, sir, and she's able to get back her kids, and you know,
right.
they come back better than how they went in.
Kind of bring me back to Clive Hunt.
Oh.
And what Clive said,
Mm-hmm.
ask
Yeah,
him if
man.
you want to go somewhere, and he said, yeah, man, send me stuff. I with that parties what you get.
Yeah. Clive said, yeah, man. Here we go somewhere.
So back to you now about good community and bikes. So bikes don't travel in good communities.
I did not say that.
So when the people in a community rich like and them do deliver and I bike deliver.
I don't deliver by that. Because if your food come on that, me know you send it back. Come by you get that food all and shake up.
Jaja, if no plan to have no kid with her, no have no sex with her, man. Well, I mean that's a waste to know, cause I say,
Who said that? Who said that?
leaks.
Honey, I can't agree with that.
I see a lesson in all of this. Before having children, people must learn to be parents. But some things you have to learn pan the parenting job still enough in her. Father Raja, man, you can't learn all about being a parent before. Most of the things I've learned as a parent is while being a parent, sir.
Raja, me I learn all there is. As long as it takes me, that's how long I'm learning everything. What's up, Mr. Williams?
I have nothing to say, miss.
Okay.
Yes,
Thanks, Roger, for that bit of advice.
But Raja, I suspect though that I won't agree with you on this one. I don't suspect, and I agree with you, brother. To an extent, yes, but the truth is that some things you can only learn while doing it still. You understand what I say? And thing, nobody can prepare for parenting verse more than parenting itself. You see me? So you have to learn along the way too. Yeah, man. And on the job training for true, Mr. Education. Your community busy tonight, though, more. No, speaking about the DCS, there's another issue that is plaguing them. Soon tell her. Let me check this. I'm trying to correct a statement that Clive Smith said. The Junior Tucker. No, man, him correct, man. Junior Tucker did not die, man. I Mr. Junior Tucker is alive. I was correcting him. That it's Junior Tucker uncle that died. Big up yourself, bro. So
yeah, Jimmy Tucker, I think then, sir. I saw that comment. But he didn't say Junior Tucker, he said Jimmy.
Try this one, bro. Second video. I talk about that story a long time and I think one of the Virgin Island Prime Minister like, Faye. But that story I kind of old now, man. About a month ago, yeah, man, bro. But I discussed it in our live stream one time, man. So yeah. The Watcher! Big brother! Where I deal with, bro? All is well. Sometimes a woman makes it extremely difficult for the man to stay in the home. So I true that too. Sometimes the man make it very difficult for himself to bro. The best preparation for parenting is actually the actual job, yes. Yeah, man, some things you learn as you go still, bro. Well, the Watcher, that is, yeah. Calvin, it's good to see you, bro. You understand? All is well? Well, from me see all is well. So watch this now, sis. So we are one of the issues plaguing the not just the DCS, but yeah, the Department of Correctional Services. And I need to move here.
To a nicer community, I would do.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they don't even do. Auntie. But I'm just making a bit. Okay, bro. See, alright. I never know you do that now. Alright, check it out. Yeah, man. So, you know that inmates are exposed to educational activities in the schooling, especially those who are of high school age, they do external exams and such and such and such. But you know that in the main school population, the free population, like, you have shortage of teachers. For the same reasons them we talk about recently. So you can imagine within the DCS, the shortage would even be greater.
Great.
Because I don't know that the payment is as good as the babysitters fee that we get.
It should be better.
I don't think it is though. I could be wrong, but I don't
Should
think
be
so.
better.
So the ministry vows to address teacher shortage in juvenile centers. Now, Education Minister Auntie Favour Williams says her ministry is serious about addressing the high teacher turnover rate. So if they can't treat with that in the regular population, they might treat with that in the DCS, in the part there, which has been plaguing the juvenile penal system for some time now and is collaborating with the National Security Ministry to devise solutions. Earlier this year, head of the Correctional Services, Lieutenant Colonel Gary Rowe, brought to light the severe shortage of teachers in the system, which he said has adversely impacted the prison's ability to provide structured academic programs for juveniles. He also said that vocational training courses have not, you know, when growing a Richmond go teacher, I agree. Training courses have not been able to receive national certification because the facility do not meet the necessary standards. So, I mean, no. Speaking with reporters on Friday in an interview on some of the issues affecting the education sector, Williams said her ministry and the security ministry were working to resolve the issue of low remuneration. So let me read it again for my sister. Of low remuneration.
Okay.
The main reason teachers in the correction system do not stay on the job for long.
Okay.
We are very interested. You know, we then probably got to teach some of them you that just we are very interested in making it better for both sides, the teachers as well as the inmates who are there. Because we believe at the end of their sojourn, they should come out better persons. If we can allow them to take exams and so on, they will be better able to be rehabilitated into society. So we are committed to working through the process to bring certification and ensure that the teachers who are there are comfortable in terms of their working environment and so on, Minister Williams said. Now, according to the Department of Correctional Services, it is difficult to recruit teachers due to disparity in salary and benefits between the DCS and public schools. Get it? Mm-hmm. And that salaries and allowances are paid at the diploma level. Get it? Although teachers have first degrees. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Furthermore, it's it said there is no, but I would be doing it not necessarily for myself and my financial benefit, but for really and truly just giving up my time and self. Mm. Furthermore, it said there is no established structure to facilitate upward mobility of teachers, as those in the DCS do not benefit from the Ministry of Education's training development programs, workshops, and seminars. That don't make no sense. Lieutenant Colonel Rowe said if the problems were not addressed, it would hobble the rehabilitation efforts for reintegration of children who are behind bars. According to the department, between 2016 and 2018, 16 teachers walked away from the job. And at the time, only 18 out of 48 vacant posts were filled. 18 out of 48. And 16 of them left. Mm-hmm. The department is also advocating for incentives for its teachers to encourage those with the appropriate qualifications to vie for the job. Now, according to the DCS, over the last few years, an average of 15 juveniles sat the Caribbean Secondary Certificate CSEC examination, obtaining 50% passes in 1 to 4 subjects. But the thing is, though, I don't think my subject is a part of the curriculum either. Well, social, but can't stay. I'm not a social studies teacher. I just teach social studies. I'm a teacher of geography. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I suspect it is more English, math, and IT focused though.
Driven.
Right. I think social studies would be an integral part of that as well. But teach Richmond prisoners how to plant yam and banana. You guys got it? Yeah. What make? Yeah, help rehabilitate the youths them. And the youth them they still are big people, they're rich man.
Yeah, Richmond have a juvenile facility. Richmond are big people.
Yeah man.
See man them a jam me around and park back on wall.
Have you no one that
Me not like that to me.
that one security person would be there, man. No, cutting crime. You know, I've always said that, you know, we sit down and complain every day about the government. And we have a right to do so, you know, because the government wacky and whacked many times with many things, you know. But I've always said that for Jamaica to be a place to live, do business and raise a picnic like and then sit there.
Remember Vision 23?
Yes. All well-thinking, law-abiding Jamaican citizens have a role to play. So it says, cutting crime, a citizen's role. You understand? No prisoner won't learn a thing if Scotty teach them. I wonder why. Scotty's an excellent teacher, you know, bro. I mean, I say that because I'm a friend, you know. Like, the record is there to show. You understand? Scotty no miss, brother. You understand? Scotty, you would not feel. Except in the last days. The COVID days are also pretty still. You understand? But Scotty, you would not feel, bro. Like, me can tell you that for a fact. You understand? If it's one thing I know about her, a redeeming quality, our youth never go pass. That be certain of. You see me? Yeah, man. Vision 2030 very blurry. It come like the left ear Richie. And I laugh. And I want to tell you the Richie. When I teach,
and we're very close to vision. We're close to the timeline.
What you mean? We're not that far, Scotty. Remember, see, you know, the only grade that I teach, well, I was teaching grade 9 social the last days before COVID tied it to one thing. So, but you know, generally a part of the grade 8 curriculum is social studies curriculum is Vision 2030. And we teach to the brother. But the youth them say, sir, then what you think? Me say, what you think? You think we can reach that? Me say, what you think? You don't naturally them gonna say no. I say, why I wanna say no? I say, sir, you say what I go on, man. When you look upon all of the 4 goals and you break them down, sir. You know, say the thing don't look possible. I see you say that. Grade 8, you know? Grade 8. So we always have that conversation there. They don't say, sir, then we're not sure about that. We are gonna need to push it back. I say, how far? And say 2050. No, 50 then say. Yeah, man. So the youth them look upon the things is, you understand? So, yeah. If Vision 2030, I forgot modify still. We're going to have to try for 30-30. yeah, take it too far, no road, boy.
We're not going to embed.
Richie, we have the potential, you know. We have the potential. We just don't have vision and leadership. But the potential is here. The human capital is here. I mean, many of the skilled workers keep leaving. You can't even to blame them because you can only be so patriotic. Patriotism not feed your family. You understand what I'm saying? And get your house because if you have it by NHT, you're good as live on a tree. You see? So it's set away.
You know, see the new houses then come on the street, the one out by. You remember we were wondering when we were driving past on the highway out there? So.
Oh, that's all. Okay. Them ready?
Come on street. And they want them up in a kids' town.
Okay. You want them near Grave? Near Dovecat?
But then, no man, there's a name Silver something.
Okay. Oh, so them
they said then they are all over road, but in truth,
so I way up so, okay.
Yeah man, they were taking in applications. I think they are close now.
But 2030 isn't a good vision. See, 2020 a good vision. No, Jamaica will never see the desired reduction in murder rates or any other serious crime statistics if we keep relying on the Jamaica Constabulary Force to solve every case. It is even more disastrous to depend on the government to pop solutions out of a hat or legislate lawful behavior that keeps us in line. It is quite evident none of this has created a meaningful effect on how we interact daily, resolve issues, or seek alternatives to going for the jugular with jungle justice. The convenient political and social football used to explain away the lust for bloodshed is poverty. But there has never been a more dishonest narrative. The litany of lottery scamming and other criminal activities designed to make all players' pockets filled to overflowing has only resulted in major increases in criminality. The criminal network in Jamaica is heavily funded, and an inability for criminals to make ends meet is the furthest thing from reality. The consistent cries of the people the consistent cries of the people who crave support from society when members of their community are killed by police are in some ways warranted. But it seems to be a different case when innocent people are killed in the streets, in their streets. How many times have we seen murders of children and the elderly and residents are tight-lipped? Should the security forces use the street talk of those who know and arrest suspects? This call for intelligence seems to come from many dunce to reality. It is the information gathered from the streets and confirmed that forms part of said reliable information gathering by the police. The bleeding hearts who use the poor as a beating horse to eliminate the possibility of taking known killers off the streets only serves to empower the criminals to have a field day building killing fields. However, check very carefully the voices of the opposing orchestra and their addresses, agenda, and aim. They are not the affected ones in the crime-ridden areas, and they don't spend the majority of their free time planning wakes and funerals. As a matter of fact, they don't contend with days of unending gun battles, and their children are not traumatized daily trying to hear a teacher's instruction above the mental echo of gunfire. It is ironic that most affected citizens keep calling for measures to curb crime, while the most unaffected keep telling them what they actually need, which really doesn't work out for them at all. However, what remains blindingly true is the passive and somewhat participatory role played by residents in most volatile communities across the country. The police cannot solve crimes by reading a crystal ball or constantly singing Kumbaya. It requires the willingness of residents to oust the demons, expose the beast, and seek to slay the dragon of crime. The days of claiming the option of silence due to a lack of trust in the security forces are gone. Otherwise, be prepared to become a victim of the very game you play. Interesting article. Very interesting article. Who said that? It's one article, Finar. That's no name. I guess we never copied it at the time, but I think it was published in the Gleaner, I think.
Tell me off screen a bit, please. Take me off screen a bit.
And thing. So yeah, I think it was published in the Gleaner. So very interesting perspective, very interesting views on the situation. And thing, oral girl, Scotty Sweetness. She just get up and go in her bro. She's so forward back. Well, where did I hear this before? Right here, so Cookie. Right in that same chair, looking at the same camera, or the camera over here, so. You understand what I say? Right here, so. No other part. You see? So I have been saying many of what was said, and I wasn't the one who wrote the article. I don't know the person who wrote the article. I saw it and I read it and I just felt it was worth sharing. You understand? I mean, there are some aspects of it where, but generally speaking, he or she is basically regurgitating a lot of the things I've been saying with crime. All well-thinking, law-abiding Jamaican citizens have a role to play in the crime fight. I've said it before, we cannot rely on just the JCF to solve crime. We cannot just rely on the government and their inactions to solve crime. It will take a united, concerted effort. We did not reach here overnight, so the crime fight cannot be won overnight. The crime situation is multidimensional, multifaceted, and as such, it will take multidimensional and multifaceted approach to treating with the crime situation. You understand? As I've said before, there's no silver bullet to solve crime. There's no one solution to crime because there's no one factor causing crime. So if you have a multifactorial issue, the solution have to be multifactorial. It can't be just one thing. You understand what I say? So that is the situation. We, and I said before, you know, as Jamaicans, we tend to say we want change and we cry for justice. But how many of us are willing to change, to facilitate the change? How many of us are willing to give up something to gain that peace that we seek? You understand what I say? How many of us are willing to give up our family members when we know that they're involved in crime and criminality? How many of us know the violence producers and the criminals in our community, but we keep silent because their activities are not directly affecting us? But the moment it reaches our doorstep and a family member of us is killed or injured, then we'll become very vocal. But we knew from a long time, we know of the persons who are the problem makers, and we did nothing because it wasn't affecting us until them start sending for your local data. You understand? And start send man with letter come give you, like a postal service say you need to pay X amount of money month 10 and this. You see? So I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Scotty, me so a man left one super chat around and saying and say, sweet, let me bring up on screen like. If you look in the chat, he still did it. He up at top. Him say, sweetie, Scotty Sweetness, good evening. So I tell him, a man pay for your message.
Was that played commercial?
Yes. That is what super chat really is, you know. You pay for your message to be highlighted, you know. Or if you just contribute, you know, when, if people want their messages or their comments to be highlighted, that is what it is. You understand?
Good evening, Mr. Gale.
You see it? Right. So, me no know. Yes, Rasta George. Petrojam fraud trial on 6-month break.
That's bad, I found it funny.
A vacation leave. The trial gone pan. They know what kind of Nancy story this already. You know see?
Vacation.
Watch out. It say so. The fraud trial involving 2 former Petrojam executives was yesterday adjourned and will resume on November 21st after my birthday, that, you know, for 3 weeks in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. You want me to get all in the family? Dr. Percival Singh, the state refinery's former chairman and former general manager Floyd Grindley, are being tried on several fraud-related charges stemming from allegations that Singh had submitted claims amounting to US $73,620 between December 2016 and May 2018 for overseas travel he did not make. It is alleged that he submitted claims for travels to Brazil, Canada, United Kingdom, and Germany. Grindley is alleged to have aided and abetted the ex-chairman in the process used to make the claims. The matter is being tried in blocks of time based on the availability of both the defense lawyers and the prosecutor. Now, Caroline A., Queen's Counsel, who is trying the case on a fiat from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, the 2 overseas witnesses, a special agent from Brazil and a Canadian hotel worker, were expected to testify via video link, but the defense and prosecution decided to agree the statements, meaning they were accepted as admitted evidence without the witnesses appearing to testify. In a statement, the Brazilian witness gave evidence that Singh did not land in Brazil during the period for which the claim was made, that he had visited there in his capacity as chairman, while the Canadian witness had given evidence that the former chairman had not checked into a hotel where she worked, although reservations had been made. In respect to the alleged United Kingdom claim, the court previously heard from a Petrojam manager who had been part of a delegation in a 2018 conference in London that hotel reservation had been made for Singh, but he did not show up. However, the court further heard by way of Singh's attorney at law, Bert Samuels, that his client had put off the trip due to an emergency meeting with the Energy Ministry. The court also heard that the former chairman had been scheduled to go to the London event but had to call it off to attend the same meeting. So fine, if you do that, then what you claim for them, allegedly. You understand what I say? Scotty?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think you freeze again. Initially, Greenlee was facing 8 counts of aiding and abetting, obtaining money by means of false pretense, while Singh was to answer to 12 charges related to the US $73,620 that he allegedly improperly obtained as chairman of the oil refinery. However, they were later slapped with new charges including fraudulent conversion, aiding and abetting fraudulent conversion, conspiracy to defraud, and 1 count of obtaining money by a false pretense. Both men had their bail extended to return to court in November. So fine. You did have emergency meeting with the ministry. You did have to do something else. You did have to do so fine. You don't get to go upon them trip. So why were claims submitted claiming expenses for those trips?
Error. I never remember to take them.
A man did must say borrow 40 million or something, some 40 million sitting.
I say never remember.
Say never remember.
Remember the story there. Remember that story.
Oh, I don't want any 40 mil.
Make you forget.
Let me forget.
I wouldn't forget. I would be totally in debt to you.
Oversight teeth, slight oversight. Slight oversight. So, them are resume after them honeymoon come November 21st. You understand? Cause of availability. Well, if it was a man like teacher, me have to make myself available, you know.
Then could I stop you from being
else that will be held in contempt of court, you know. And warrant out for me address, you know. You understand? Thank you, Scotty. Teach when Scotty Biscuit gone, you need to take a commercial break. Scotty Biscuit?
Why I feel like oral is somebody that I know?
Well, I don't know, you know. I don't know how many oral you know. You understand? Scotty Biscuit. I do that in a Scotty Biscuit. Scotty Biscuit. Omar! Oh, I want to do a skit. I didn't hear it earlier, but it look like it did step out. I don't know. You see? So, sis, the Maroon thing here. Why?
Again?
I don't know. Something not right. As Muta and twins are twins with something not right. I know, I didn't just say so. Something not right, you know. Something not right. I mean, something not right. Watch it. Much fuss as Maroon couple asked to leave Moortown. So imagine the president of your nice community now sending one letter say if you leave around there. Then me have to have words with him, you know. Alex Moore Junior Minot. So him man has so much name. Alex Moore Minot, OC Junior, I think, a member of the Rio Grande Cultural Group in Moortown, Portland, is questioning, I want to be tonight. Is questioning the legitimacy of Colonel Wallace Sterling's attempt to banish him from the community.
Bueno.
The Council of the Moortown Maroons wrote a letter to Minot, who is 31 years old, and the nephew of respected scientist and educator Dr. Dennis Minot, stipulating that he and his wife should leave the community, citing that they were not Maroons and had caused problems. The letter is a folder leaf, a pen-written letter. I want to pop up. Yo, Jaja, I don't laugh at her, but I laugh. Watch out. Which are me there now? The letter dated May 12, 2022 was delivered to Junior Minot on May 16th, 4 days. Not too bad. You understand? And stated that he had 3 days to leave the community. It's like I fire them and tell us you need to clear the decks with a 3D and like,
A message.
3 days. A week has passed since said date, and he is still there, convinced that the directives hold no weight. Now, Junior Minor told the Jamaica Observer that the problems referenced in the letter stemmed from his public endorsement of 19-year-old Lamora Hope Dixon, who had attempted to replace Colonel Sterling, who has been the chief for the Moortown Maroon since 1995. That was 2 weeks ago. I am very close to Miss Dillon. I came here and saw Miss Dillon deeply involved in the culture. And I came here and saw her complaining and advocating for a change. And because of my tertiary educational background in international relations, Miss Dillon asked me to help her frame her political campaign and her outreach as well. I gave her my full support. I did not push her, he said. Now, Dillon had put the question forward for people to elect a new chief. They had a vote where people affixed their signature. However, Colonel Sterling questioned the validity of the individuals calling for a poll. He told the Sunday Observer that it is concerning that Dillon had used his image on her ballot paper without his permission. Ah boy. Sterling insisted that Dillon's attempt at an election was not recognized by the council and was therefore void. He has also made it clear that ballot papers are not traditionally used in Moortown Maroon elections. Minot added, I believe in her vision. Based on my knowledge and my understanding, I thought that Colonel Sterling was not doing all he could. There are 9 known Maroon districts in the Rio Grande Valley, and some of them are very far between. We would walk with jumps for miles throughout the districts just to show the people a little bit of culture. Her advocacy work and her passion demonstrated to me that win, lose, or draw, I should support her. I did what I could, Minot continued. Now, a copy of the letter obtained by the Sunday Observer stated, Dear Mr. Alex Moore Minot, this is to notify you and your wife, Mrs. Siobhan Moore Minot, that the Council of the Moortown Maroons is very displeased with your behavior in the community. We, the Maroons of Moortown, have always given shelter to outsiders. Nevertheless, they are expected to obey the rules of the community. The action of you and your wife has caused a lot of problems in the community. Therefore, the Council of the Moortown Maroons has decided that both of you should leave no later than the 19th of May 2022. Pack your bags and go. When the letter not say that, I just need to add that. Where am I there? Let me say my last. Let me say I can't find myself. Which am I there? Where am I there? Scotty, where am I there?
At least I stopped reading.
The letter was signed by various members. Affixed as well was Colonel Sterling's JP seal. Oh, it was a JP like. Meanwhile, Sterling insisted to the Sunday Observer that Minot must leave Moortown. He is a troublemaker in this community. We allowed him to come here and stay. He does not belong to Moortown. Neither does his wife. We are under no obligation to have him here. We served him the letter to leave. It gives a date to leave too, by which he should leave. He is not a Maroon. He doesn't belong here. This is a private place. He does not have to be here, Sterling maintained. Now, after Sunday election held by Dillon, he had the audacity to call me and tell me that he did not tell the girl Lamora to oppose me. She said she was going to do it, and he merely supported her and gave her advice based upon what he knows. And that if he had done anything to cause problem and disrupt, he apologized. He wanted to come with his wife to sit down and have a discussion with me to explain everything. That is a very controversial person. Now, Sterling was adamant that Minot cannot be facilitated following his actions. He can make trouble on us, but don't stay in our place. Not tan pan cow and cut cow. Go over there and make the trouble. If I don't get rid of him, the people won't forgive me. So the council has written him a letter and asked him to leave. Before, they wouldn't write you any letter. They would just take you by the hand, lead you out of the community, and you don't come back, he said. Yeah? How you know, say? But Minot, also adamant that he will not leave, said he is in fact a Maroon.
Okay.
I was not born here, and I did not grow up here. My family is from here. My uncle, Dr. Dennis Minot, I know he is willing to attest to the fact that I am his blood nephew, and he is well aware of his ancestry and Maroon heritage. He asked me to take up the mantle for the Minot family because they left Moortown in my grandaunt's generation and went to Bonbrook, which is 11 miles from here. He is the only one now that I have from my father's side that can attest to it. My father passed last year, he told the Sunday Observer. Now, Dr. Minot, founder and CEO of A-Quest, ran to his nephew's defense. He told the Sunday Observer that Sterling was quite aware of his family's Maroon heritage. I am a Maroon, me too, and therefore the son of my brother is a Maroon. My brother is the same mother and same father. My father is a Maroon, and we have relatives and first cousins alive in the community right now. The colonel knows that. He has never treated other than as a Maroon. I don't know. Every Maroon in the community knows I am a Maroon. Yeah, me too. I don't have anything against the colonel, but he must speak the truth, he declared. Now, his nephew added that when his mother died in 2011, it fueled his thirst to be reconnected with his father's side of the family. He since became involved with Chief Richard Curry, colonel of the Accompong Maroons in St. Elizabeth. Yo, if I laugh, I don't laugh. That quest over a few years to understand my bloodline and my root led me here. And I have been here since 2017. I am no longer in Chief Richard Curry's administration. I resigned days ago. I did so because of the controversy that was being caused, and I did so to preserve the name of the people of Accompong and to preserve Chief Curry's image as well. I read. He further pointed to Article 12 of the bylaws of the Maroons of Moortown, Portland, which states that any non-Maroon resident in our area whose conduct places the good name of our community in jeopardy must be made to leave within a time limit to be determined at a township meeting, as has always been the case since the establishment of this community. Minot continued, the issue here is that I was a member of Chief Richard Curry's administration in Accompong. He asked me to serve last year when he was sworn in because I had known him for a few years prior, and I believe that what he stood for in terms of growth of the Maroons as a separate people.
Okay.
No. I just can't contain me laugh about that one. I can't say, boy, I don't know Rasta. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, what? You don't have nothing to say? I read one whole article, and as my co-host, all you have to say is okay.
It's okay.
I am not okay with that.
It's right.
I need to write you a letter.
You have to go hold me by my hand and lead you.
I'll lead you out.
Right.
Yo, Jaja. Last I saw the chief, he had a musket over his back in 1655. Jamaicans should be able to full drive the country, please. There's so much at play here, you see? Like, if you really and truly read the article with any form of understanding, it is like there's a million different things at play. You understand what I say?
Chess game teacher.
Chess game, woman. Yes, it's a chess game. But, me don't know, the Maroon thing, as I said, the Maroon is quickly losing whatever goodwill Jamaicans harbored for them, and it is their own doing. You understand? The Maroon is becoming the Maroon community, well, I mean, Moortown and in some regards Accompong has become a soap opera, episodes and seasons. You understand? Places like Scotsall and the rest of them seem to be keeping themselves out of the spotlight. I know, but yeah, Moortown, I don't know, man. Like, we couldn't help but laugh and read the article. See, we are telling the truth. Papi show business teach them. Boy, Richie, I don't know what. All of a sudden, brother, the Maroons who have been a very it's not even it's a very peaceful people. You understand?
Under the radar.
Under the radar,
Yes.
living their lives, trying to maintain
All
and
of a
uphold
sudden.
the cultural values and heritage within their space. It has been thrown in a tailspin, man. You understand what I say? It's a big circus. Seeing and one thing lead to the next, and people from different community are now apparently pulling strings in different community, and you have people from different community moving into different community, and I don't know. From the rascal hit the police car, the thing gets slippery pad.
Who said that?
The watcher, the boy Calvin. The Maroon chief, stop giving yourself problems. Sir. Which of the attack I'm DeAndre? Colonel Sterling? You mean Moortown one? Or Anting? Big joke. Use like them seeking attention. You understand? Mine curry in a belly and cooking what they say. Rosie B. Richard Curry, the Colonel, not selling chicken. Body hot like 9-day love.
Oh boy.
Original, no yam in my life. Yo, no easy. No, yes, teacher, really, I think a lot of those older people need to go and give the younger people a chance. They do not want to let go. Why I don't know want to go on your family? We want to let you. Yes,
In any political arena, that's all.
yes, that is. You need renewal. Renewal is important. You can't have the same people. But Mr. Richard Curry is fairly young. He's probably the youngest Maroon leader in a very long time. So there's some renewal in a compound. Colonel Wallace Sterling, see, both of them giving problem. Colonel Wallace Sterling seemed to be in it for the long haul. He has been chief, I think, from 1995.
Okay.
And thing, but him say when him just go in there, never plan to stay in there, you know. But I don't know, okay, I can get for love you like. Ego and more ego. Ah, yeah. Richie, may I stay away from Curry, sir. Both of them giving problem there, and she say, alright, I mean, common denominator in all of this chaos. Who's the common denominator, Kev? Not humble anymore. I don't know.
No, yeah.
Change is good, but you see, sometimes with change comes strange. You understand what I say?
Strain.
Yeah, strain. Because, I mean, I tell you, growing up, the Maroons, you know, you always, it was always like, one little, I not even know what to call it. They were very mystical people, right?
Correct, that's the word.
You don't worry about nothing about them, and I mean,
You
that,
want
what
go-
is written, but you understand what I say?
You want,
You want to go on and see what's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And thing, Kev said, Korea the common denominator and all of this chaos. It was a mystical vibration, man. You hear about the Maroons, you look at them with some sort of, you know what I mean? In some cases, reverence in reality. Yes, and probably reverence is a strong word, but it's the truth. You
I
see?
really look at them in awe because it was not, they were not common. It was just something to go down there and see them or whatever. But and then I learned that, you know, we tell about social media.
Social
Push them out
media,
the
man.
road.
Well, speaking about social media, I come down my bed. I lie, I have interview at edit, yeah. And I have interview tomorrow, yeah. And things, so. Yes, miss.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, man. So, peeps, big up on yourself. You know, a Sunday night. Work in the morning. So, we're
I
not
cook
all
the dinner,
day.
you know.
And like Friday night. You don't cook yet?
Yes, done.
Okay. Do you think we see free balling for suffering into Finnar? He worked for Price Waterhouse, so he understands publicity. Maroon Chief is behaving like a party shop business. I am not. Any party to, you know, like mother's party. On the low mother's party. Yeah, that's what me alone to give mother's party a hard time. Maroon walking on their own dignity of late. Not a good look according to the history. Yeah, peeps. So we'll leave it there, so. We will continue this, I'm certain, because I'm certain this is not the end of the festivities. The
That's what you
festive.
call it.
It
The
is that.
festivities.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And things. So, yeah, man. So, peace. Big up on yourself. As I said, big up to the people who were in the premiere of Tugi's interview today. Well, I appreciate the support. Big up to the people that did in the premiere. Well, I got in the premiere Tuesday. Big up to the people that were there tonight. If you're here for the first time, welcome to the family.
Welcome,
I appreciate
welcome,
the support.
welcome.
And things. Sister Natty, tell me if you like the new graphics.
It's festive.
No, don't use that word on my side. You understand?
It's that
Teacher, I would really like to know who wrote the article about. It's just type in. Alright, I'm gonna search right for you. Cutting crime. A citizen's role. I'm saying I can't find it for you.
Which artist Tuesday night, bro?
Tuesday night, Zoom J.
Okay.
Oh, it wasn't in the Gleaner. It was posted by Nationwide. So let me correct that. The article wasn't posted by the Jamaica Gleaner. It was posted by Nationwide, and the author is Rodney Campbell. I don't know Rodney Campbell, man. Well, you should. You understand? So Rodney Campbell was the author. Well, it said it was posted by Rodney Campbell on May 27, 2022. You understand? Let me see if I can share some. What am I saying? Screen share. Boom. Oh, crap. So see it there? Oh, I can't see as far as up here, so. Yeah, man. So Nationwide, Cutting Crime, A Citizen's Role, posted by Rodney Campbell, May 27th, 2022. Right, and you go way down so and thing. Right, so it was an interesting read. Yeah, well, graphics are not done yet still. Them supposed to animate it, so them probably by Friday night they get the animated version. It's a nice look, channel color. Richie, what you think? Might I usually them build them and send come give me for free, you know? I have to pay for them in my youth. Tell the boy. I'm selling no go to school and I'm come back and I farm full.
So you pay partner money.
That's why I pay partner money. You understand? Go and watch basketball teacher still have second half. No sir, I tell me I'm going to edit, brother. I have an interview I have an interview to shoot tomorrow. I not started doing research for that yet. I have interview, so I have finished edit the interview. And I have not been uploading as regular as I want to upload, you know, the supplementary videos and thing. You know, we not do the murder thing, but there are other things that we can do. So I need to try and balance my time as best as I can. So yeah man, the basketball game can stay. Nothing against basketball. Right now I have interview finished edit and my family wasn't home from last night till tonight, so I have to spend some time with my son too. So you know what you do. Peeps, big up on yourself. Appreciate the support. As I say, officially we are back. Mr. Rosie comments she confused about the streaming time. Then sick broken in your ears, miss. You know we say we are streaming on Friday and Sunday night. Friday at 8 and Sunday at 7. Then what confusing about that? It's very confusing because we have been upscotching all over the place. But I hope to remain for Saturday night and Sunday evening.
Now.
Yeah, so back to the regular slots. And I think I want to do it 1 hour earlier on Sunday, which is 7 and 8 on Friday. You understand, peeps? Love it. Big up on the set. I watch the stream from Friday night and see you coming. And then I start sit broken and Rosie is like, you understand, teacher, next time the emperor touch on the ground, you got to try for an interview.
What emperor?
Shabba Ranks.
Oh, Shabba.
Auntie.
Shabba.
If it happen, it will happen, bro, man. And when it happen, it will happen, man. Certain things don't really push our force, you know. Some things take a little time. You understand? And as we say, energy and vibration. And that we work with. So when the energy is right and vibration is right, and everything aligned at the best interview instead of one side of force the interview. You see what I say? So when it happen, it will happen, man. I mean, the great man, I'd really love the opportunity. You understand what I say? And I don't know that he has really done an interview that in-depth about, you know, his journey from them time. I mean, he does quite a few interviews, but it's different issues being addressed. You understand what I say? And things. So it would be a joy, man. And I'm thinking, I mean, I know people who are very close to him and stuff, but generally when he's here on business or you understand him just like the last time when his mother died. I mean, I wouldn't with Junior Demos, you know, they reached out and say, you know, they will be here and they would love the opportunity. So if they reach out, fine, but I wouldn't seek to, you know, in that time of bereavement and grief. You understand what I say?
Yep.
Grieving. So yeah. So when it happen, it will happen, bro, man. But it would be a joy for true. You understand? I would really love that. But obviously these things take time. I remember, you know, man. We're there in this way a marathon, you know, we're in a sprint, you know, we're not trying to interview everybody one day, you know. You understand? It's something sustainable, and we have to interview as many people as are willing to be interviewed. You understand what I say? That has a story to share. See? Yeah, man, and thing. You know, say pencil in the center in this. I don't love that.
Might take a pencil study.
I just see it. Perfect, me think this. You know,
Good night, Rosie.
Yeah, man, Peep, Twiggy interview
Have
was
a
great.
good
Big up
week.
yourself and a father Byron Marshall. Oh, Scotty had talked to some people. Go and go talk by your own.
No, I was telling Rosie to have a good week.
Oh, you look nice in my overlay though.
I look nice anywhere.
We not get into that, but you look nice in my overlay. You understand what I say? We don't need to get
Good
into
night,
all-
guys.
into all of
Enjoy
that.
the rest of your night and have a prosperous, productive, and safe week.
Yeah, man, I make some money
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
and stay safe
Yes.
and walk good and step with Jack. Safe travel upon the
Safe
gravel.
travel from the gravel.
Yeah, man, I play my outro. Una just have ear, but una see. Nobody make no nice. Well, I never play it again. Kinda, it's all the weird dogs, sir.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Teach Dem Radio Show. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until the next episode, check out the Teach Dem YouTube channel for more good things from the yard. Also, we'd appreciate a rating for this episode. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
When I can't say no, you know, outro. Pips! I'm out.